11 and Radio Nigeria's Premier 93.5 FM Ibadan. First, the headlines. UNICEF to train over 100 participants on multi-dimensional poverty indicators. Governor Abiodun describes Segun Awolowo's death as personal loss. Coming from the foreign scene, South African women call for protest over gender violence. What happened this day in history? Find out in the Lest We Forget segment. Heart of the Matter is on International World Television Day. Remember to track us on www.radionigeriaibadan.gov.ng, X and Instagram at PFM935. You can also watch us live on Facebook at Premier FM 93.5. I am Feji Shara Owomoyela with the details. 180 participants are to be trained on how to use multi-dimensional poverty indicators in the community-based targeting CBT exercise for the expansion of social register of the poor and vulnerable in 10 pilot local government areas in Oyo State. The training is in collaboration with European Union, International Labour Organization, and United Nations Children's Fund, UNICEF. Commissioner for Budget and Economic Planning, Professor Musbao Babatunde, stated this during a 3-day training for desk officers, community-based targeting teams, enumerators, and grievance redress officers, GROs. Professor Babatunde urged the participants to ensure that social interventions reach the most vulnerable households to attract further support from development partners. Earlier in an address, Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Budget and Economic Planning, Mr. Babatunde Anyoleke, acknowledged UNICEF's role in providing working tools such as tablets, power banks, and laptops for the exercise. In a remark, Mr. Muritala Muhammad, who spoke on behalf of the National Coordinator, National Social Safety Nets Coordinating Office, NASCO, commended participants from the 10 pilot local government areas of Afijio, Atisbo, Ibarakpa North, Itesiwaju, Iwajowa, Lagelu, Ogoluwa, Orire, Shaki East, and Surulere for their commitment towards building an equitable society. Also, the state coordinator, Oyo State Operation Coordinating Unit, Oyo OYOSOCU, Mr. Salami Ismail appreciated the European Union, UNICEF, and NASCO, and the state government for their continuous support towards strengthening social protection systems in the state. Similarly, in line with the renewed hope agenda of the federal government, farmers drawn from 7 zones in Oyo State have been given agricultural inputs to boost food production. The event was held at the Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security Field Office, More Plantation, Akpata area of Ibadan, Oyo State capital. The farm inputs, which include seedlings, crop processing machines, herbicides, pesticides, manual sprayers, vegetables, and cash crop seedlings, among others, were displayed for onward distribution to the beneficiaries in the affected zones. Addressing the farmers, the Minister, Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security, Senator Abubakar Kyari, represented by the Director of Extension, Mr. Olaumi Ayodele, said that distribution of the items was part of the federal government's efforts to enhance agricultural productivity of farmers in Oyo State. For food sufficiency, agricultural productivity of farmers in Oyo State for food sufficiency. Senator Kyari enjoined the farmers to make good and judicious use of the items so as to achieve the agricultural mandate of President Bola Tinubu's administration. Oyo State Commissioner for Agriculture and Rural Development, Mr. Olasokomi Olaleye, represented by Director Planning, Research and Statistics, Mrs. Adediron, commended the farmers for their perseverance, saying the gesture should be seen as a reminder that both the state and federal government still stand by them. Speaking on behalf of the farmers, the chairman, Southwest Zone and Oyo State All Farmers Association of Nigeria, Mr. Abbas Adekunle, said the input would be deployed for agricultural practices in each zone across the state and the Southwest Zone for greater harvest. The zones in Oyo State represented at the event include Ibadan and Okiogun zones 1 and 2, Ogbomosho, Oyo and Ibarakwa zones. In the same vein, it was a day of celebration and renewed hope in Ejigbo, Osun State, as the Akpata Cares Foundation empowered no fewer than 250 youths and women across the Osun State West Senatorial District. The event held at Legacy Hall, Ola, formed part of activities marking the 40th birthday of the founder of the foundation, Chief Dr. Peter Ogundeji, popularly known as Akpata. Speaking at the ceremony, Chief Ogundeji said the empowerment initiative was aimed at equipping young people with practical skills and tools needed for self-reliance. He explained that 100 beneficiaries who completed their apprenticeship programs in tailoring, hairstyling, leatherwork, construction and information technology were presented with startup equipment, including sewing machines, hair dryers, leather-making tools and desktop computers. Chief Ogundeji also announced the admission of another 150 youths into new apprenticeship programs with full sponsorship provided by the foundation. He noted that empowering young people remains the strongest antidote to social vices, stressing that he chose to dedicate his 40th birthday to giving back to the community that molded him. Former Senator representing Osun West, Senator Mudashiru Zain, described Chief Ogundeji as a compassionate leader and urged wealthy Nigerians to support community development through meaningful interventions. One of the beneficiaries, Mr. Oluwaseun Ejigbele, expressed appreciation on behalf of the group, promising that the tools given would be used judiciously to improve their livelihoods. The event attracted royal fathers, political leaders, women's groups, and youth organizations who all commended the foundation for its contributions to grassroots development. Ogun State Governor Prince Dapo Abiodun has described the death of Mr. Olusegun Awolowo Jr. as a deep personal loss. In a condolence message, Governor Abiodun said the passing of the former executive director and chief executive officer of the Nigerian Export Promotion Council at 62 came as a rude shock. According to the governor, Mr. Awolowo Jr. was portrayed pleasant, intelligent, and easygoing qualities that endeared him to many and made his death more painful. Governor Abiodun, who noted that despite being born 2 months after his father's death, Mr. Awolowo rose above life challenges to build an impactful public career. The governor condoled with his wife, children, the Awolowo family, and Nigerians, praying God to grant them the fortitude to bear the loss. You're listening to the news at 11 on Radio Nigeria's Premier 93.5 FM, Ibadan. Thanks for staying with us. The news continues on Radio Nigeria's Premier 93.5 FM. This day in 1996, the United Nations held the first World Television Forum, where leading media figures discussed the growing significance of television in today's changing world. Now to the foreign scene. South African women rights groups are calling for nationwide protests to demand that gender-based violence GBV be declared a national disaster in a country where attacks on women have become common phenomenon. Report says the campaign, which began with a viral social media movement and will culminate in a nationwide shutdown today ahead of the G20 summit in Johannesburg. And from the exciting world of sports, youths have been advised to use opportunities in sports to improve their lives rather than engage in drug abuse and other social vices that offer no meaningful benefit. A philanthropist and chieftain of the All Progressives Congress APC, Chief Dr. Peter Ogundeji gave the advice in Iwo while speaking at the kickoff of a novelty football match organized as part of activities marking his 40th birthday celebration. Dr. Ogundeji noted that sports have become highly rewarding globally, noting that active participation would help divert the attention of young people away from drug abuse and behaviors capable of destroying their future. In his remarks, a political leader in Osun West and former chairman of Ejigbo local government, Mr. Taiwo Hassan, expressed delight that a young personality like Dr. Ogundeji continues to embark on various empowerment programs despite not holding any political office. At the end of the entertaining encounter, All Stars Iwo emerged victorious after the 60-minute match ended goalless, leading to a penalty shootout. All Stars Iwo converted all 5 of their sport kicks, while All Stars Ejigbo missed one, and both teams received cash rewards for their participation. Imagine a world without television. It is a mirror to the society. Heart of the Matter today is an International World Television Day written by Emmanuel Ogidi.
Television, since its invention in the early 20th century, has grown from a simple black and white screen into one of the world's most powerful communication tools. In December 1996, the United Nations proclaimed 21st of November as World Television Day, commemorating the date on which the first world television should be remembered. In Nigerian broadcasting history, the first television station was the Western Nigeria Television, WNTV, which was also the first in Africa. It was established on the 31st of October 1959 by the then Western Regional Government led by Chief Obafemi Awolowo, who was the premier of the region at the time. In 1975, the federal government of Nigeria established the Nigerian Television Authority, NTA Ibadan, from the Western Nigeria Television, making it the largest television network with many network centers across the country. Today,
All right, we'll bring you the full package of Heart of the Matter World today at 2 o'clock. And it was written by Emmanuel Ogidi and delivered from our studio by Emilia Ojemudia. For information, call us on these numbers 0802-334-5294 and 0803-242-9552. That ends the news at 11 on Premier 93.5 FM Ibadan, as edited by Tawakaleed Ibrahim. I am Feji Shara Owomuyela, thanking you for listening. Good morning.
Premier FM 93.5.
Ètò ẹwà Islam ni ọ̀kan sọ́kàn báyìí láti kàn ní Premier FM 93.5.